Welcome, snakes and lizards, to episode 47 of Dion Rising. This right here is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play campaign brought to you by the Knights of D20. Friends? Yeah. As usual, before we begin group disassociating so that we feel powerful, we have a few announcements brought to you by a friend of mine who I've heard is celebrating the autumn equinox today by burying dice in his backyard like a squirrel. Bobby, what are the announcements this week?
So this week, keep a lookout on that Instagram account. I recently threw myself down a bunch of stairs at Disney World trying to get down them quick enough to get to my advanced dining reservation. But that's why I have not been doing dark arts and crafts. But I am feeling a lot better, so keep a lookout on the Instagram. I should be on there doing some knitting at some point. And for tea time this week, it would seem that all of my fellow knights have other obligations, or they have completely run out of tea, so I will probably be bringing dark arts and crafts onto the Twitch on Wednesday just for an hour. We can hang out, talk a whole bunch of shit about D&D and crafting, and see what happens. But that's all the news I really have for you this week, so we're going to send it back to our dungeon mother.
Thank you, Bobby. And thank you all again for joining us as we embark on an epic adventure in the world of Dion, where heroes rise, dangers abound, and legends are born. Players, set the ready. I have my evil D20 today.
Smooth, Robin.
All right. No one saw.
It never is. It never is.
Okay, in episode 46, the group awakened in the Coil, a community of cursed immortal Yuan-Ti survivors of the Dionic Wars. The Choir of Missionaries, Amelia and Barda, prepared to visit the townspeople, hoping that their healing might help, although Killian suggested they first coordinate with Tristan, a human who has been residing in the community for some time, working with the Yuan-Ti leader to find a safe end to their curse. Maraway volunteered to accompany the pair, ostensibly to help, but secretly to keep watch on them. The rest of the party sought out the mushroomish Stump Brittlestem, who revealed that the Myconids who initially attacked them in the woods were merely defending their home. Then they steered the conversation toward a local terror known as the Snake Eater. An elderly Yuan-Ti, Hizal, told them its victims were mostly children and that the attack seemed too organized to be a single beast. In order to lure out this Snake Eater, the group staged Project Honeypot, ending Seraphina literally skipping into the forest, looking like a whole snack, where she was swiftly ensnared by a set of giant spiders. The ensuing fight revealed that these monsters, like many other creatures in these woods, could not be slain, but were able to be subdued long enough for the party to rescue several of their captives before fleeing. Elsewhere, Maraway shadowed Barda in Szitzi's tower, catching the missionary secretly cataloging relics and subtly testing her with a false figurine of Dea. He realized that she knew more than she let on, and secretly warned Szitzi to remove her from the tower, while also managing to steal away Barda's personal journal, with Amelia watching in complicit silence. So much activity happening. Okay. As we regroup tonight, Maraway, you have returned back to camp, probably a bit before the rest of your crew are back from their excursion into the wood. And though Barda has also returned, Benji keeps giving you knowing, albeit confused, glances after you sent the journal back to him to hide. So is there anything in particular you want to do here before the rest of your group returns, or would you like to wait for them to get back from their excursion?
I think overall Maraway is just going to go hang out with Benji, maybe sit by the fire and wait for the group.
Okay, looking casual.
Very. Well, I don't know. Looking awkward, but what can we do?
Maraway's version of casual. Okay. I'm going to roll a deception check for Benji, as at one point you hear a bit of a ruckus coming from Barda's tent, seeing some objects sort of hitting the canvas, and then her coming out looking quite erratically around the camp, looking at the ground, looking under her tent, yelling at Amelia for a minute in like a quiet, hushed voice. So I'm gonna have Benji roll for deception as he tries to look casual, and I'll let you tell me. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna try and look casual which would be a deception roll, or do you have another way to kind of keep off her radar as a suspicious person?
I guess we're just gonna have to go with a deception roll.
Right. Best of luck to that. I will let you roll with advantage, as Benji rolled pretty well.
I actually already have advantage because I'm wearing the necklace that gives me advantage on
Perfect.
all charisma checks.
That's helpful.
Oh
Okay.
boy, and I needed it. That's gonna be a 16.
Okay.
Not
Quite
the
nice.
nat 1 that was sitting there looking at me.
Yeah, Benji, as Barda is sort of like blustering around the camp, seemingly looking for something, you two knowing exactly what that something is, Benji comes and sits down next to you on the log, sort of next to your guys' fire, and leans in and looks a bit like flirtily at you and starts like sort of whispering sweet nothings. And whenever she's out of earshot, he's like, "Do you think she's buying it?"
I didn't know anything was for sale.
Oh, you are just the cutest. No, we're just look like we're having a funny conversation. Go ahead and give a little giggle so that she can hear it. Just like that. That's perfect. Good job. And he goes on, kind of like helping you along with this sort of deception, sort of distracting you from her blustering around camp and asking people if they've seen her journal. Eventually, she makes her way over to you two. And at that moment, Benji is gonna lean in and say, I think I won a bet recently. I think now would probably be a wise time for you to go ahead and pay that up. No?
I think
That's all right.
Norway's
That's
just
all right.
freezing. Absolute
That's all right.
frozen.
Hello, Ms. Barda. How are you tonight? And he turns away and leans back.
Marway is like blood red face right now. The most blushed.
Barda looks between the two of you, and she also, like, she has just seen what has just transpired, and she turns pretty red. And Amelia is behind her just like this. Just mouth covered, a little bit aghast. And Barda says, never mind, forget I was here. And she walks away very quickly as she tries to get out of this very awkward encounter. And Benji lets out a very loud guffaw. Places a big ol' hand on your knee. Yeah, no one lacks that kind of mushy stuff. Everybody is gonna, no one will look twice at that. PDA, it makes people uncomfortable.
I can feel that too.
But really, I am gonna take you up on that
not
bet.
from you, but
No, not from me. You're not feeling anything from me.
Oh no, that's what I didn't. No, I just meant that I wasn't uncomfortable because it's you, but because I've never really kissed anyone before, and I don't really know how to do it or what to do or what it's supposed to feel like.
Well, if that ain't just the sweetest thing I've ever heard. You let me know if you ever want someone to teach you about that. But I won't make you pay up on that bet if you, that's gotta be a special moment for you. You deserve more than a bet. Anyway, I think she's off our trail, so I'm gonna go ahead and, go hit the hay.
You don't have to yet if you don't want to.
Well, I did want to find some time to ask you all to finally explain to me what's been going on around here.
Well, they should be back at some point if you wanted to stay a bit longer. And I think Morroway is gonna put his hand on top of Benji's hand that's on his knee.
Say, if you want me to. Why don't you, tell me a story about home?
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful land called Sanctuary, and it was a home for people who didn't have homes. We would send brave warriors to other dimensions when they were in peril and save all of the people who would certainly perish. People that should have died and would not be missed. Or not that they wouldn't be missed, but you know, they would have died had they stayed. So we would bring them in and give them a home. There was this one time that after we brought people back, her name was Miri. She was a giant crystal dragon. She had lost all of her children, but, well, she came to Sanctuary, and she became a dear friend of mine.
Story ends. Someday I'm gonna go and figure out how my village's story ended. This is the farthest I've gotten, the closest I've been. I have you to thank for that.
How far is it? Perhaps we could go.
From here, if we're as far in the wood as I think we are, we're a couple days out, really.
We should go. I'll talk to the others. I know they'll want to do it.
At this point, I think the rest of you are returning, if you go straight back to camp. Well, looks like your crew's on their way back in. Looking a little worse for wear, maybe.
What happened to all of you?
At this point, Bula just like flops down next to Marway, and she's like, "You would not believe the day that we have had. But are you okay? Are you safe? Did anything happen? I mean, you look like you're in one piece."
No, nothing happened. Just like,
Okay.
get some web out of your hair.
Ugh. She just like shivers when she sees it. She's like, "Is that it? Is there more? Just get it off." Ugh.
I think that's it.
Are all the people that we saved, are they back in town?
Yeah, they would have dispersed through town, gone back to their homes. None of them were like at your particular camp, but you could go searching for them. You could go look for them. But you sent them back to the village, so they would have come back here.
Okay, I was gonna say if we probably like saw them coming on the way back.
Yeah,
Okay.
You weren't far behind them.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to go anywhere else in this god-forsaken forest. This is the safest place we can be, is this Coil spot. Those spiders were terrifying. They didn't die. It was awful.
They tried to tie me up. This is the worst.
But what if we didn't stay here?
What? What now?
What do you mean, Marway?
For completely craziness. That there was a village about 2 days from here, maybe, perhaps, but we're not 100% sure exactly where it is, but it's probably around 2 days. And it could be somewhere where someone that's helped us quite a bit is from, and maybe they want to know what happened to it?
It's me, y'all. It's my village.
Oh.
I'm so glad I didn't say what I wanted to say. That would have been embarrassing. Do you want to go see your old village, Benji?
I mentioned to Mr. Marway that I've just never been this close ever since we first left. I mean, I don't expect to find anything more than ruins. It was not it wasn't the curse itself that made my village fall apart, but sort of, I guess, in a roundabout way. I don't expect to find anything, but I thought maybe I would go to get some closure and ask Naomi if she would want to as well. And if you all accompanied me, I'm sure it would be safer, but no pressure. It's a personal thing. I don't think he would get anything out of it, but helping maybe a friend.
Way to lay it on thick, Benji. How can we say no to that? You've done so much for us. I suppose we can, huddle up, talk about it. I'm sure we can help with something.
Of course.
I mean, I feel like helping friends is kind of our business at this point.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I mean, there's lots of important things for us to do while we're here, so I'm not trying to push you into it by any means. So take your time, think about it. It's no rush. My dead village isn't going anywhere, Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Good one.
Separately, I really, me and Nomi been talking. We really do need to know if there's anything we can do here and why we're here. If you could give me just an inkling of what's happening, or what you know.
Look, Benji, it's 2 days away, your village. If we're going to take this trip, we need to prepare. We don't have time to have these talks that you want to have. Okay, we'll need
Fair enough.
provisions.
Fair enough.
Well, I guess we don't need provisions.
Yeah, that's
Guys?
like half the planning. Provisions.
That's all I had. The rest of it is just leaving.
Well, I mean, there is a lot that needs to be done in this village here, like in investigating the root cause of all of this. And of course, your researchers, you wouldn't want to leave them all unattended. Even though they look quite content here to study everything, but I mean, we're not saying it's off the table. It's just, like you said, your dead town isn't going anywhere. So, maybe we circle back to that once we figure out things here.
Certainly, I'm all for it. I'm just glad you're even willing to consider it. Don't think that I didn't catch that very astute misdirection about my questions every time I ask them, but that's all right. You know what? Keep your secrets.
Don't know what you're talking about. But yes, as long as we do that before we do the final thing and find out, that the curse eradicates the entire area, then yeah, we should be fine.
You think the curse is going to do what now?
Oh, it's a theory. We don't know what's going to happen when the curse is lifted. Oh, that's just from our conversations with Szitzi. Szitza?
Great pronunciation,
Yeah.
Eidos.
Thank
You've really picked up the tongue here.
Yeah.
Thank you. The accents are very thick. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, well,
So-
I guess let me know if you need anything from us. Otherwise, we'll keep an eye on the researchers and doing our own thing. I'll let you all look like you have some stuff to talk about. I'm gonna go catch up with Nomi. You all have a nice night.
You too.
He gets up and walks away.
Well, Maraway, what we went through was quite traumatizing, to say the least. Giant spiders cocooning people for gods know how long. How long? I wouldn't even get the chance to ask those people how long they were webbed up for. Some probably for years. What a nightmare. Be tied up for
Any
years.
time webbed up is too much.
Well, the kids told us little Tommy was up there for 17 years. Can you imagine?
I really want to go to his village. As
Your
someone
village,
who's
Thomas?
lost their home to a curse, I would give anything to see mine, and I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I've never asked any of you for anything. But I am asking for this. Please.
Yeah, of course. I think we all just told him we would. It's on the menu.
Yeah, the whole, relic of Dea, I think, is first priority in this scenario. Either figuring out how to get rid of it or destroy it or whatever we need to do with that thing. But we need to deal with it knowing where it is before Orin and his forces arrive here. Because it's only a matter of time before they do. Like we said, it's not like we're not going to do it.
Totally gonna do it. Plus, if it is actually destroyed, then lifting the curse and destroying everything won't really make much of a difference, I suppose. Not that we know that that's what's gonna happen. Science is out. So what do you want to do first?
Do we have an idea of what time it is?
Like just past sunset.
Okay. So, Maraway, how was your time here with Barda and the other one?
Amelia.
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 Yes, Amelia.
Your love.
I was very traumatized. I got hit in the head a few times. I forgot. Speaking of, are these wounds going to heal? I don't understand this place and how things work. I mean-
Well, Barda was definitely cataloging a lot of things inside of the tower, and I may or may not have commandeered her personal journal.
Marway, you little sneak.
Ooh, I want to read her diary.
It's in Benji's tent right now.
Ooh.
Benji's
Okay, Marway,
tent.
you don't have to lie to us. If you need a reason to go in there, all you have to do is ask.
I wasn't saying. I was just saying that that's where it's at. There was.
I mean, it's a good place for it to be. Wink, wink. Give you a little elbow check. I forgot the word for elbow.
I guess Maraway is gonna go to Benji's tent to get the journal.
Roll perception check as you're approaching.
Oh! It's a dirty 23.
You hear them a little bit arguing, more than you've heard them argue before, quietly in the tent as you approach Benji and Nomi's tent. But as soon as they hear footsteps, they kind of hush. You hear Nomi say, "We'll talk about it later."
I don't know how you knock on a tent.
Scrape it.
What does Marway do?
Hello?
Oh, hey, hey, Mr. Marway, and Benji opens up the flap. Nomi seems to just kind of be setting up her bedroll.
I was just here. Gonna look around, and I'm gonna message to get Bartha's journal.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on one second. Yeah, Mr. Marway, I got that book right here for you. And you see him just kind of like rustle around in his bag a little bit, and he takes like some like packing paper that you would like pack meat in, and sort of like folds it around the cover of the journal to kind of just make it look like a slightly different book, and hands it over. And he says, "Yeah, this is about the Fey Realm, and I picked it up in Bear's Rash last time I was there. So there you go."
Thank you. And I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on myself.
Okay.
After I have it, and we're gonna make our way back to the group, kind of scurrying a little bit, turning around, looking, then scurrying a little bit more, maybe one or two more looks over the shoulder.
Yeah,
Hopefully
Barda
not
is
tripping on
still.
anything.
Barda is on the other side of camp, like seemingly harassing one of the other researchers, like looking through his giant stack of books that he's brought with him, trying to see if he sniped her journal. Go ahead and roll stealth for me.
With the plus 10, it's gonna be a 23.
Yeah, that's plenty. You make your way back over to the group, and you're able to kind of like infer to them quietly that they should. Are you gonna move like away from camp, away from where she can see you?
Should we go to the earth?
Our
Your
nose is
party.
enough room. Let's go in there.
Party at my place.
Melanie, how excited is Seraphina to host? How ready is the yurt for hosting?
Seraphina is going to summon her unseen servant to put out an array of hors d'oeuvres. Even though nobody's going to be eating anything. We're just going to be...
Even though no one's hungry.
Boola's just
It'd be
looking
rude
at
not
the
to.
hors d'oeuvres and pouting. Don't want those.
Okay, yeah, you all make your way into the yurt. Maraway's general cover has allowed you all to sort of disperse into the yurt quietly, so that you don't seem to have drawn much attention. It looked like you were all just kind of going to bed separately. So you're welcome to sort of talk freely.
But just in case
gosh.
Pass Without Trace is up for the next hour, so.
Yes. Yeah. Which does muffle sound and kind of cast you in
Ooh.
shadows.
So I will invite everyone in and have the unseen servant fluff all the pillows. Please sit down, sit down.
You know, I
Right,
built this
Marley,
thing.
Did you bring the goods?
Oh, no, Alibrath was a book. I didn't know we were bringing goods.
Those are the goods.
I want to read all the hot gossip.
I'm gonna slide it to Seraphina.
Ooh, okay. Seraphina quickly kind of flips through the pages looking for all of her juicy secrets.
Okay. It looks to be written in some sort of coded language. You can go ahead and roll an investigation check, or tell me if you have anything in particular you want to use in order to try and decipher. A lot of it is in common. There's bits of it in common. Bits that seem innocuous, like directions that you've been traveling in the woods, accounts of the last few days, people she's traveled with, her apprentices, choir business. But to figure out the coded parts, tell me how you want to do this. And you're welcome to have your team trying to help you if they have anything.
Okay, I'll tell the team, guys, I don't really understand what this is, and I'll just gesture broadly to the coded language. Is it in another language? Is it in common? Is the coded?
The letters appear to be, I'll let
Right.
you roll investigation to see if the letters are common letters or if they're another language's letters.
Okay. I have a 3.
They're not common letters.
Okay. I have comprehend languages. Can I
Okay.
use that to figure out
Yeah,
the
just figure out,
letters?
what language it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Some would say
Yeah,
comprehend
written on
the language.
Yeah, to understand the language. Almost something that it's almost like that's what this spell is for, yeah. So I don't know that spell will decode it necessarily, but
Right, it won't. Yeah.
but the letters are written in Celestial.
Okay. Can I so comprehend languages will allow me to get the letters or get the actual words, but I won't be able to decode anything if it's written in celestial code.
Okay, so you can find the letters, but they are arranged in the way that they're not words, right? So so you are able to sort of key out that part of it. You're able to translate it into common letters essentially.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then whoever wants to try and help actually crack the code here is welcome to go ahead and roll an investigation or a, let's say, no, I don't like history for that. Investigation check, I think is the way to go.
I will give guidance to anyone, but Marley can barely read common as it is. I don't think we're going to be deciphering any of it.
Killian will look at the book and he can read Celestial.
What?
Oh,
It's helpful, so you can decode it in either language.
Yeah.
And I'll give you advantage for that, so that you can kind of flick back and forth between the two languages and look at the original to make sure you're not missing anything.
All right. So, you want me to roll? Is that what we're doing?
Sure.
You seem like a cipher guy.
All right. So you said advantage investigation?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm getting guidance to this? Right?
Mhm.
Okay.
You're being guided.
All right. Oh. All right. 23.
23. Okay. That is plenty. You find in between entries of her just sort of day-to-day missionary notes, you find what you can only describe as propaganda. Specifically anti-Dion, anti-Dionic gods propaganda. And some of it looks like specifically she has been like testing out different phrases, different like articles, like news articles, fake stories that she can drop or spread. And she'll like occasionally like rewrite one. It looks like she's like actively coming up with these ideas and sort of jotting them down. Like she's writing these things, creating them. Pieces, different kinds of propaganda. Lots of like false information, stories that you know not to be true, or like misrepresentations of different Dionic gods.
Guys, I don't know how to say this, but Barda's been writing anti-Dion propaganda, I guess is the way to say it. Like, she's literally rewriting everything that we know about the gods. It doesn't make any sense. This is like the total opposite of what these Choir of Missionaries are here for.
I always knew she was a couple biscuits short of breakfast.
Why would she be spreading propaganda about her own deities?
I don't know. Is there, reading more into it, is there any, like, entries or anything about motives or anything like that?
No, she seems quite careful not to go any further than like jotting her ideas down as far as like what she wants to actually spread. And like, but looking further with that 23, it's good propaganda. It is like, it's so effective. Like, it's real true stories of like celestial history with like slight details changed that would sort of like very subtly change your perception of the gods without outright saying these are evil gods or anything like that. It's very like well versed, and where she does make corrections to herself, she makes it even more subtle. She even goes as far as like telling some true stories of the Dionic War, mentioning real places, real ruins that exist in this world, and just very, very deftly turning it so that the Dionic gods caused more destruction, even just like on accident, like little things.
She wrote in here that Oasis was a capitalist. That's not true at all. It is not true.
Sure.
We are communists, damn it. We're proud of it. It is like, it's little things like that, yeah, and it's very subtle, and it's almost like she has a couple things that are almost like a flow chart for indoctrination, like how to very subtly convince someone of something without them knowing that you've done so. Did everybody else just lose the video feed on Twitch, or was that just me?
No, still up.
No, I got it.
No, it's
Okay,
still
good.
there.
It's just me.
I
Yeah,
feel like
so it is-
Well, I can only-
After seeing the way she flipped out about the book and now seeing this, I feel like I owe Amelia a public apology for my suspicion.
Is in the book, does it say, because Bobby or Marley was mentioning that she was cataloging stuff. Is that written in the book at all? What she was cataloging?
The most recent entries, like the very back pages, before it just goes blank, she is more or less cataloging movement around Szitzi's tower. And then a few items, like a cabinet that she doesn't know if it's locked, like cabinet equals locked, question mark, has key, find key, that kind of stuff. Like a few things inside the tower, but mostly it's like stuff that she was writing down as Bobby initially was sort of stalking her, of guards or people coming in and out of the tower in times of day.
Yeah, Ado, she wrote here that she thinks you're really hot, so you better be aware, better be careful.
Who? Barda
Yes,
thinks that?
it's right here
Or-
in the
okay.
coded language that only I can read.
You're probably misreading that. It seems like pretty good cipher. But I can only think of two reasons why she would do any of this. Right? She's either trying to make allies and isn't as devout as we think she is, or she's trying to plant enemies here, and she is as devout as we think she is. But why do either?
Well,
Especially in this place that is cursed, and nobody's able to get out.
What if she is working with Orin? Would it not be advantageous if you were trying to take down a lot of people to divide them?
well, propaganda is a very helpful tool for such endeavors. And the people here, and this may be more of a above table question, did we get the idea that they are like devout to Dea, like followers of her, or are they kind of PO'd the whole curse thing?
I feel like it was a mixed batch, wasn't it?
Yes and no. It seems that Szitzi and the people here were like pretty well commoners in the like wartime, like war camp followers, families of soldiers. It seems like most of the Yuan-Ti, like soldiers, the men, the fighters, were killed in the war at the end of the war, and these are the survivors. So they're not necessarily the ones who were fighting the war for religious purposes. Some of them are certainly, or at least were certainly devout. But at this point, you can feel the tension of like they've all been under this curse that is supposed to be a blessing from their goddess after centuries. So that is sort of the vibe here. Some of them are maintaining some semblance of like religious loyalty, but at this point they're in pure survival mode, and religious practice is pretty far from your mind when you're in that state.
Mm-hmm.
And Szitzi herself, which is the person you've talked to really the most, seems like very afraid to break with Dea.
Mm-hmm.
Because of, events, things that have happened to them.
Marway, I feel like you could be onto something here. If they, have some reverence towards Dea, then, Orin would be probably he could be a figurehead that could maybe understand how to break the curse, seeing how he's lived for centuries.
Does seem a bit of a jump, though, to assume that she is an agent of Orin. Although, if she was, this would be an excellent tool at his disposal. But I think maybe we should get more evidence that points to that. Or at least find a motive of some sort.
And, Marway, tell me again how you were able to get this journal. Were you just able to snatch it from her bag, or did one of your Eden or one of them help you out, or what happened there?
Yes, Eden, I had taken the bag from Alia and helped her carry it, and then Eden found the book inside the bag I had, and she brought it to the camp.
And you were unseen during this whole altercation?
I mean, they saw me. I was talking to them the whole time.
They didn't see you, take the book. Well, clearly Barda didn't, because I can hear her yelling around the camp currently.
I believe Amelia probably might have. It is not something that is impossible. She looked at me and gave me one of these.
Okay. Well, here in not the Fey realm, that usually means I know what you're up to, and way to go. I like what you're doing.
Look around at the whole space around me, and then look at Seraphina.
See, she got that immediately. She knew exactly what you intended there.
My unseen servant's very offended because he did all the work.
But yet again, it would seem that all of his work goes unseen.
So, Amelia might know that you have this journal, and
Oh no, she knows.
oh, okay. Well, then she hasn't told Barda about it, clearly. So maybe you need to press Amelia a little bit more for information.
Me? I feel like you should do that. You're the one always making the Google eyes.
My eyes just like that, okay? It doesn't Google. It's just okay. I get what you mean, though. I get what you mean. Well, I mean, if we can ever find a time to separate those two. What were you
I
gonna
could
say?
go try to talk to Barda. If you need some alone time with Amelia.
Well,
He'll
I
probably
mean,
want an apology from you for the whole smiling spell. So
what?
she might like a word.
I guess so. As we're kind of chatting, can I look through her journal to see if there's anything like juicy or embarrassing or personal?
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation.
Ooh, I have a 19.
A 19. Okay.
I'm really looking. I'm digging deep.
All right. You find sets of tally marks.
Ooh.
With like dates and times. And then you like read into like the actual entries, and it appears to be the amount of times that she has wanted to, or that someone else in the party has made a decision that everybody agreed with the more than her decision. It appears that
Oh
she
my
like
Love it.
is getting very
Ooh.
upset and tracking who she wants to get vengeance on for having a better idea than her or slighting her in some way.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I can go apologize for that incident.
Do we maybe want to return this journal as well? Or are we blowing her cover? Or I guess there's the third option. But do we want to make her seem like everything is fine? Is that and that she has control back over the situation? Or do we want to make her sweat?
Well, I think it's maybe not a bad idea to give it back to her, so she tones down the paranoia that she's going through out there.
Do we
Maybe
have
you-
any way to copy it though? Because what if we need it for, I don't know, evidence or something?
Maybe we can scribe a couple of these passages here.
Seems fairly straightforward. It's just propaganda ideas and everything we already know about the tower's inner workings. But yeah, let's take some notes, and then maybe Killian, you can give the journal to Amelia or something, and she can have discovered it. Finger quote.
At that suggestion, Seraphine's gonna be like, servant, why don't you come here and scribe some of these entries for us? Thank you.
You can feel an unseen eye roll as a quill floats over and some blank parchment. Sassy scratching down. Copying from
It's like a little sloppy.
yeah. You know that your unseen servant has great penmanship, and this is not its best work. Okay, that will take. There's enough entries in here that'll take like upwards of like half an hour-ish for it to finish, but it does.
Okay.
If you're just doing like the celestial bits, the coded bits. And it will copy down like the coded version, the celestial version, and then your guys' decoded version.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, yeah, it finishes up and you have a small stack of parchment with Barda's coded notes on it.
So now the plan is that Serafina will distract Barda, and I'll return this journal to Amelia. Is that the plan so far?
I think it sounds like a good plan, if everybody else agrees with it.
Now is there anything, specifically you guys want me to ask her?
Maybe how she's feeling. What she thinks about at night when the stars are out and there's nothing between her and the heavens. If she, thinks that there's a place for her on this continent, like there could be a place for you, maybe they might coincide.
I feel like Marway would also be taking romance notes.
Or whatever, whatever you want to ask her from your heart.
Well, I mean, also this whole propaganda thing, maybe we should ask about that.
Oh, yeah, see if she knows anything about propaganda after that other bit.
Start with the worlds colliding and all that stuff you said, and then onto the propaganda afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the propaganda first, get it. You don't want to end the fireworks show with the smallest firework.
Okay, alright.
Good luck.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, are you trying this tonight? Like now?
I guess strike while the iron's hot. Bula, do I have any cobwebs on me?
Serafina will prestidigitate Killian.
Why are you asking me? If you did, I wouldn't touch him.
Alright, well. What about the rest of you? What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna go apologize to Barda.
I'm going to go sit.
On Ado, so just so we know, I guess for everybody, we're keeping this whole relic stuff hush hush around Benji and Nomi. They seem to be pressing poor Maraway quite a little bit about this information.
Well, I don't think they'll get much information from Maraway, so as long as we all keep our mouths shut, then we should be good. Does Maraway make that face? Is that above a table face?
No, he doesn't clock it at all.
But I suppose we could let them in. It just seems like a worldwide kept secret, one that might end Dion as we know it. So I wasn't sure how many people we wanted to tell.
Deceiving them.
We're not deceiving them. We're just not telling them the truth.
Yeah,
Very
but at the
different.
same time, if it ends Dion, what's it matter? Who knows?
Look, it's in the way of us trying to do it. I mean, I don't mind telling them. I mean, I kind of do mind telling them, I'll be honest with you. But I'm not going to fight y'all. If y'all... We'll put it to a vote, What do you all want to do?
Well, I'd be quite remiss if what we told them and divulged to them got them in any sort of danger.
Yes, me too.
Ignorance is bliss in these matters, especially when there's potential armies coming at you. What do you think, Serafina?
I think a little mystery is more alluring.
Bula?
Oh, I don't really have a thought either way. I just kind of question you sometimes.
Question me?
Yeah,
What?
why not?
I mean, it's healthy to question all things, I suppose, but it seems a little like there's more to it than just that. What are you questioning exactly?
Oh, nothing really.
Oh, well, then it's
I-
perfect.
I don't know if, I mean, I figure if they know, they're not going to do anything bad about it, but I also feel like, do they need to know? You know.
I know. Well, then it's decided, I guess. 3.5 to 1 vote. Sorry, Marway.
I can feel the tension coming off of Marway from here, Eidos.
It's okay,
I mean-
Marway. You don't have to not talk to Benji. Just
Just
talk
do
to him
ex-
about other things.
yeah, just do exactly what you've been doing. There's no deceiving. This is to protect him. We do want to protect Benji, don't we?
If your entire world was about to be destroyed, would you want to know about it?
No, of course not. Are you crazy?
No,
That
I'm
sounds
not
awful.
crazy. I'm someone who's had that exact thing happen.
Okay, fine. You can have Bula's vote.
I think Morroway's just gonna get up and leave, honestly.
You guys feel pass without a trace, leave with him.
Oh, it just got so much louder in here.
I feel seen.
You can
was-
hear Barda saying, "Amelia, I'm out of spells for the day. Please come and cast detect magic on all these books." And you hear one of the researchers go, "Please don't. You've been here for 10 minutes. You've looked at all my things."
Bula's gonna follow Marway, but at a distance. She's gonna let him have his thoughts in his space, but she just wants to know where he is to make sure he's okay. So she's got like half in the yurt, half out of the yurt, so she can watch him.
Where do you head? Anywhere in particular?
No, I think we're just gonna go sit somewhere that he can look up at the stars.
Easily done.
Alright, well, Serafina, Barda seems like she's in a very pleasant mood.
Ugh. Alright. Well, I guess I'm gonna go, apologize. And then Seraphina will just kind of slump away to try to find Barda.
She's easy to find. She's across from the campfire, going through one of the researchers' stacks of books as you see Amelia, like, kind of exhaustedly casting detect magic over all the books, making sure nothing's disguised.
Okay, so as Seraphina approaches, she'll say, "Hey, Barda, how's it going? Hope you're having a good evening."
Lady Blackthorn, I'm a bit busy. What is it, what can I help you with?
Well, I just, wanted to take a moment to apologize for earlier today, with the, I had like a Wanda Smiles, and I just thought it'd be kind of silly just to use it while we were in town. But I think maybe it might be like a cultural difference or something, but I think it maybe just came off the wrong way. So yeah, I just wanted to apologize if that offended you, and that was not my intention. And
Tell you why it
I
offended
asked
me.
him. I'm so sorry. I asked everybody, and everyone just thought it was really funny.
Fun.
It was just a little joke. It was just a little joke. It was harmless. I did not mean for it to be so offensive.
She was still, like, kind of watching Amelia's, like, pained search through all the books. But once you said everybody thought it was funny, she fully turns toward you and is, like, immersed in the conversation. And Killian, you can clock that as you're watching.
Yeah, it was just a fun little joke, and it was just a little lighthearted thing. Things are things are kind of bleak around here, so we thought we would just, have a little fun. But yeah, everyone thought it was just cute and funny. And you handled it really well, and I think it made you look really good.
Bringing up everyone's spirits, I suppose, is a noble quest. I accept your apology, and I thank you for doing that. But if you don't mind, I'm a bit busy right now.
Oh my gosh, what seems to be the problem?
One of my personal belongings has gone missing, and I am just making sure it wasn't misplaced by anyone in particular.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible. What are you missing?
A book. My
I-
personal journal, if you must know.
Oh my gosh. If I misplaced my diary, I'd be so embarrassed.
Go ahead and roll deception as you try and look innocent. Like this is news to you.
I have 18.
Okay, you beat her. She looks like she's tired of this conversation, and she does not seem to think you have anything to do with it at this moment. She's just, well, if you see a leather-bound, in sort of a maroon-colored journal, please let me know. I would be happy to reward the person who returns it. It has very important choir paperwork folded within.
Oh my gosh, I bet you have so many good songs in there. Okay, well, I'll look around.
Please do. Thank you. Amelia, he obviously doesn't have it. Let's continue our search elsewhere. Amelia kind of like gives the researcher a very apologetic look as she sort of stands up and dusts off her skirt. Goes to follow Barda away.
Killian's
Barda
gonna
seems to move down the tent.
Killian's gonna look at Seraphina and just like mime like split them up.
Well, Barda, I was wondering, sometimes when I'm looking for something, I will take a break. Maybe, do you want to just, take a turn around the camp? And, we can keep looking, but just less intensely. And that way we can kind of like reset and refresh our mind.
Amelia, please keep checking the other campers. I could certainly use a walk and a breather. Fine. Let us walk. Keep your eyes open.
Okay.
I will retrace
Okay.
my steps.
Seraphina's gonna like hook her arm into hers and like take a turn around the camp.
Very Regency era. Just walking around the living room. Yeah, Killian, you see Seraphina lead her away, and Amelia just sort of like turns and is just chatting with the person whose tent she's supposed to be searching.
Killian will go over to where Amelia is, and he'll go over to a stack of books that are nearby. Just kind of put an arm on it, like, what you looking for over here?
Sir Killian, well, Barda, she's not usually quite so forgetful, but she seemed to misplace a book. So I was just making sure no one in camp accidentally picked it up. I'm sure you didn't, she says to the researcher. He's like, well, that's good because I didn't. Well, while Barda's gone, I'm not going to actually bother any of these fine people.
Well,
What are you doing?
maybe I can help you find the book.
Oh?
Yeah.
Well, sure. Have you seen it?
You know what? I think I might have saw someone reading like I heard Barda yelling all over the camp that it was like a leather bound book, right? So
Yes.
I think I did see someone reading it, just kind of back over there in whatever the direction opposite of Barda it is that I'm pointing.
Certainly. Oh, yes, please. Let's go see. If I find it, she'll maybe take it a little easier on me tomorrow. That'd be great.
Yeah,
She walks with you.
yeah, Killen will kind of lead her over to Just kind of a secluded spot, just on like the outskirts of the main camp area.
Sure, you pass Dayland and Stump on his face, just sort of sitting there, whittling a stick. They give you a nod as you pass, but you can kind of leave outside the tent circle.
And
So, who did you say had it?
well, I think we both know who might have borrowed it for a time.
Okay, maybe, yes. Does he still have it? Does it say?
No, he doesn't have it anymore. And Keelan would just kind of like pull it out, like out of his like breast pocket there, just like halfway out.
You are all trouble.
Oh well, what can I say? We do get into trouble every now and again, but you know, we were able to read a little bit about this book. Quite some odd things inside, to be quite honest.
I had been wondering myself. I've seen her writing in it on occasion. She's usually quite private about it, but I don't trust her very much, and forgive me for saying so. It's not right of me to question a superior, especially one so high in the choir, but I just have a bad feeling about her.
And
What does it say?
oh, so you don't know anything about this? Well, how long have you been traveling with Barda?
Very long. This is my first mission with her myself as her direct apprentice. I spent some time with her back at one of the chantries, but that was, clerical work if at best. I wasn't exactly spending a lot of one-on-one time with her.
And on your travels with her thus far, outside of her demeanor, have you noticed anything odd? Any way that she behaves or acts or spreads stories about the Dionic gods?
She sometimes gets the facts wrong. Like she'll say that one god is, she'll give a farmer a blessing from the goddess of magic instead of the goddess of community and the hearth. And she sometimes it seems like she doesn't know what she's talking about, especially when she gets on her soapbox. She will get facts wrong from history, or it's just strange. She doesn't seem like she's been trained the same way I was. I mean, this is all drilled into us in the choir so that we can best proselytize to the people and help people find Dion's light, but she just doesn't seem to get all the facts right all the time. And I don't know if she knows that she's making mistakes or not. I can't tell. It's weird, and I don't know how she got as high up in the organization as she did if she doesn't understand the gods that we preach for.
Yeah, truth be told, I was a little bit taken aback from what I was able to read in her journal here. Just like you said, she seems to be misrepresenting a lot of the gods when she speaks. Now, have you ever heard of has anyone else at the choir brought up any of this kind of concern about her misrepresentation before, or do you know anything of that nature?
I'm very low rank. If they did, they wouldn't tell me. I'm just an apprentice. I have nothing really. I have no reason for anybody to tell me anything, especially anything offhand about her. I have friends in the chantry, other apprentices, and they don't like her, but they haven't spent this kind of time with her that I have since traveling to this continent. And so no, not necessarily, but she holds a lot of sway. People are afraid of her, I think. You see why. She's kind of scary, so I didn't question that part until now, I suppose.
Well, Amelia, what we discovered in this journal is quite concerning. And what's even more concerning is that she elected to write it in a code, a cipher, something that couldn't be very easily discovered if it was to slip out of her hands. And the things that we uncovered in here were, kind of just like you discussed it. As a way to summarize it, it is a lot of propaganda against the Dionic gods.
Propaganda? I just assumed she was wrong in her facts. Propaganda. That's quite an accusation.
And Killian will he'll hand her the book and says, and he'll open it up with her. He'll get like around her shoulder and they'll like read it together, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like right here it very says, and he'll just like read out some of the passages, and he'll be like, see, and some of these characters she decided to write in Celestial, and interposed it with some of the common here. Sorry, do you read Celestial? I mean, I can.
I do. Yes,
it's pretty impressive. I can read it, but
It is. It's a very difficult language. I can read on a very, very beginner level. It's one of the things we have to know how to do to enter the chantry in the first place. But I'm certainly not fluent, and this is gibberish to me.
Yeah. Well, what it says here is that it claims that Oasis is a capitalist, which we both know is very untrue.
It's not the truth.
Not at all.
How
not even
strange.
close.
Yes, and people who follow Oasis would hate being accused of that.
Exactly. That's why I was so taken aback when I saw it.
How strange.
It just makes me wonder how long she's been spreading these false rumors and lies to the people.
How long indeed? This is very concerning. I don't even know who outranks her to tell this to. I'm sorry, I shouldn't assume that you want me to tell anybody. What is your goal here? I don't often feel suspicious of people generally. I like people, but
well,
what are you asking me to do by telling me this?
Well, what I would appreciate you doing is, if you happen to see anything suspicious, anything that feels as though that would be something that would be putting yourself in danger, anything that she asks of you, or if you see her doing anything suspicious around the city, I just ask that you let us know, or you can let me know, and we'll do our best to keep you out of harm's way and investigate what her true intentions are, because seeing this and deciding to come to this place of all things is just quite odd.
It is. I can't say I'm not quite concerned, but I'm glad that you are willing to protect me. Don't feel I'm terribly afraid of her, but I don't love being out here with only her now, knowing this. But if you'll trust me to hold on to this, I'll find someone to report this to when we get back. You don't have to. That's an option. But for now, yes, I'm happy to keep an eye on her for you and let you know her movements.
Yeah, and Killian will close the book and hand it to her, but he'll hold on to it when she tries to pull it away. And he says, "I'm trusting you with this."
I think I'm trusting you with my life, it seems.
Killian will
fair.
Wink at her.
I know what that means. She blushes. And she says, "Did you make any copies of, just in case?"
We did write out a few of the more disturbing letters, phrases.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll keep this hidden from her. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it.
And just know if you ever feel unsafe, you can come find me.
I will remember that. Thank you. She blushes again. Bright red.
And Gillian will just excuse himself and head back to the camp.
She sort of goes the opposite direction and looks like she's coming back, like, from using a outhouse. She just kind of casually strolls back. By that point, she has very deftly tucked it into her bag under her cape.
Yeah, I think at that moment, Seraphina and Barda will have made their turn around the camp. And Seraphina will say, well, that was a nice little chat and walk with you. I hope you find your chorus notes, and I will bid you good night. Toodles.
Leave me. And she spots Amelia across the way and says, have you asked everybody? And Amelia's like, I have, and no one has it. I'm sorry. And they kind of bicker back and forth. And Amelia eventually sort of steers her to bed and says, we'll find it in the morning. It's just dark. And they sort of fade away together.
Keelan will reconvene with Seraphina. Says, ooh, that must have been the longest walk ever.
Oh my gosh. She is such tedious company. You have no idea.
I think she probably spent the whole walk with you, telling you about the virtue of respecting your elders.
Well, you know, I got the chance to talk with Amelia, and she had no,
Ooh.
and she had no idea about any of this kind of propaganda that Barda has been writing about. She's only been with her for a brief amount of time, so she hasn't been present when Barda was giving her lectures and speeches from various precipices. So she's quite taken aback at the accusations and the propaganda that I showed her in the book.
Okay.
So if Barda does get up to anything, Amelia gave me her word that she would come and find me and let me know, so we can, follow up.
Okay. And was there any chemistry while you guys were chatting?
Oh my gosh, Seraphina, I was on a mission.
A mission?
Not that kind
Were
of
you
mission.
successful?
We got each other to trust one another, and that will pay dividends in the future.
That sounds so romantic.
It's a slow courtship, okay? You gotta take things slow.
Ooh.
I'm a gentleman.
Yeah. I'm gonna make her wait.
Kind of around the corner, and she says, does she know it's a courtship?
She's into it.
She's a woman of faith. You have to go slow with these things.
And you're a man of faith, so that seems like a pretty good match to me. Ooh.
You guys are impossible. Well,
It is getting a little bit later at this point. Yep, it's getting a little bit later at night at this point. Anything else you all need to do before turning in for the night? Some of the campers have started drifting off. The townsfolk that have been coming and visiting are going back to their homes.
I'll make sure to inform Eidos and Maraway whenever he does come back to the camp about what I talked with Amelia about.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, you all head off to bed for the night. Bula has nightmares of spiders and just Every couple hours, you wake up feeling little crawling legs on your skin.
Every kid she just wakes up, just,
Yeah.
Welcome to the Nightmare Club.
And the
Did,
sun doth rise the next day. Who's the first
normal
to rise?
long rest?
Normal long rest. Yep, go ahead.
Good. No funny business from the forest.
You don't feel great, but no funny business.
I would imagine Maraway will probably wake pretty early, because I think this is one of those days where he needs to have sad moments before the sun comes up.
You can do so. The village you guys have found is like partially nocturnal people, so you wake up early enough to see some of the Yuan-Ti going to bed, some of the more humanoid like visitors to the village finally waking up. But you do find like a quiet part of the village where you can kind of sit under a couple trees in the canopy and have your sad boy moment.
Yeah, it's gonna write in the journal.
Okay. And the rest of you rise all together. Anybody have anything in particular you're going to do as you wake up before you sort of convene as a group and figure out what to do with your day? Okay. Otherwise, you can all go ahead and wake up, gather up as a group. What would you like to do with your day?
Well, do you guys think maybe we should go to the spot that Szitzi cast the ritual? Maybe see if there's any sort of clues or, anything there?
I think that'd be a good place to start from the beginning. See if we can pick up anything that they were unable to.
Should we ask her to join us and walk us through the ritual itself?
Yeah, might not be a bad idea for her to guide us there so we don't get lost in the forest.
Yeah. Shall we go ask her?
We'll see if she's asleep or awake with the rest of these folk here.
As you head to the tower, Szitzi's tower, everybody, what is your passive perception?
14.
11.
14.
hang on. My character sheet just went blank.
See if I can find it. 1 second.
I apologize.
Marway, what's yours in the meantime?
14.
14. Bula, yours is also 14. Okay. You head to Szitzi's tower through the coil, make your way down into the center. And indeed, you can see her like 3 floors up in the big arched sort of open air windows. She's just sort of moving around in one of her sort of research rooms.
I think if everyone else is gonna go talk to her, Marway's gonna go find Tristan, who's been working on the Dimensional Plane book, and see what his progress has been like.
Sure.
Since we're in the tower.
Yeah. You'll find him on the 2nd floor as you guys make your way up. He's sitting sort of next to a big old bookcase, reading. And you're welcome to sit with him, and we'll come back to you two. And the rest of you continue up, or do you stay with Marway?
I'll start if you want to go see Szitzi.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Szitzi.
And Bula tells Marway, stay in the tower. When you're done, come up and find us.
I think he just gives a nod.
She can tell that he's droopy, and she just kind of pats him on the back. She would normally offer him some kind of lovely mushroom or food or something, but she can't. She doesn't know how else to help somebody. So she just kind of heavy sighs and she starts to follow the others. But she looks back a couple times at Marway. She knows that he's just not okay right now. I'm not real sure what to do about it.
And you all head up the ramp up to Szitzi's workroom, where she seems to be like using a mortar and pestle and sort of crushing some herbs and doing some sort of like natural spell work, it would appear. And she looks up as you all approach from beneath and, hello, my guests. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
And
Szitzi.
Seraphina will stick out her devil's tongue.
She does the same. What can I do for you all today? Have you made any progress?
Well, outside of returning some lost individuals to the city, we haven't
I had
really
heard.
Yeah, we haven't really made any progress on the curse itself here, but we're actually hoping that you'd be able to help us out today with that.
By all means. That is all I spend my time on.
If you could lead us to the location that the spell was initially cast, I think we'd just like to kind of investigate the area if you're comfortable with that.
Yes, I think I'm all right with that. Your friend, the one with the horns, the satyr, is he with you?
He's just downstairs with Tristan.
I only ask. He was here yesterday, and well, he gave me a bit of a warning about one of your fellow travelers, and I would like to follow up on that with him if I can today.
But
I can show you to the ritual space. I'm sure I can follow up with him unless he plans to leave right away.
Well, I'm sure he'll be joining us when we head over to the ritual site, so you'll have your opportunity to speak privately with him on the way there.
Actually, the ritual site is here in my tower. It was the one standing structure here. I know I misled you, and I apologize. It's something I keep quite sacred as a space. But you have brought the children back to us and have proven to be no harm to my people, so I'm going to trust you enough to take you up to the room.
Oh, it's a secret room.
Well, sort of. This tower you see is the only standing structure from when we really arrived, except for the cemetery below. So this is where we sort of made our last stand, and where the blessing descended upon us. So sort of the apex of everything here. But I'll take you up and show you. And she goes and begins walking up the spiral. And she takes you up higher in the tower than any of you have been, including unlocking a few like trapdoors above her as you go. And up and up and up you go, pretty high. You're not quite at the highest. You count your way up, and you're not quite at the highest room of the tower that you've seen. But you're up high enough that there are no longer open air windows, archways, or anything around the edges. This is an enclosed space up here, and more separated rooms. And you can see that the furnishings are all much older, much less. They're all dusty and barely touched. Things are falling apart. Wood is rotting. It's quite damp, and there's moss growing up the inside of the walls here. Actually leads you up a few more floors that have been sort of cleared out, and brings you up finally to a room that is just awash in this, like, in that sort of, like, glowy green and pink light, sort of refracting, and this sort of fog of the undying wood is very, very present in this room.
Seraphina's gonna cast her unseen servant to kind of like dust up around the area.
She says, I don't, come up here often, but as I said, I have had, one or two past visitors come up here with me. Not many. I worry that just being in this room, you can likely feel the density of the curse here. Yes?
Yeah, I definitely feel my skin crawl a little bit more in this room.
And, well, without, the figurine itself, there's not much else that was in this room when I initially... And she sort of just, like, walks along, like, running a finger along the wall. There wasn't much in the room when we initially called upon Dea to help us, and I haven't changed anything since, except taking the figurine out of the room with me that day. Is there anything in particular you need to do in here?
We just wanted to check out the space to see if we can get any clues.
Well, you've seen it, and you're welcome to.
When you cast the spell, did you know the incantation to read, or was it like divine inspiration that taught you the magic?
It was truly divine inspiration. Dea sort of spoke through me. It was not with my voice I spoke that day, but it was with my voice that I called her down to us, and through my body that she cast her magic and gave us this gift.
Can Seraphina cast Detect Magic to see if there's like a different kind of magic in this room that we haven't seen elsewhere like lower in the tower?
Yes, go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
While she's doing that, Julian just wants to kind of like inspect the walls really quickly, see if there's any kind of like carvings in them or anything like that. And as he does that, he wants to just kind of talk over to Szitzi and say, so this tower was here before you arrived into these woods, correct?
Yes, though this was the initial sort of birthplace of the Yuan-Ti, these woods, I mean, and where we eventually returned after the wars were over. This is not of my people's make that I know of, and it was here when we returned from the wars.
And when you arrived here, there was no signs of life or anything of that nature, any kind of like civilization that was here?
No, it seemed to have been in misuse or disrepair for quite some time when we arrived again.
And all of your homes that you have built here, you all constructed those?
Correct, though if you go a little bit further into the woods, not far, I mean, there's different various ruins of the peoples who lived here before. Even my own people's ruins are dispersed throughout these lands. But correct, all of the current structures we've built for ourselves since coming back and the curse.
And unknown reason as to why this tower remained when everything else fell to ruin.
Correct. I've been curious about it before, but it has served us well as a home and a place for us to study, and sort of became well, in a strange way, it became a safe haven for us, as much as it is a terrifying reminder of what has happened. But the familiar, I think, is important at this point for my people. Seraphina, with your Detect Magic, on the trapdoor to the floors above you, besides just the whole room lighting up with the normal enchantment magic that you guys have been
Mhm.
seeing throughout this wood, the trapdoor above you has abjuration magic, evocation magic, and illusion magic, as well as some enchantments, all pinging off of it. And you note that as you like look at it, it's almost like you don't see it. It's quite like, it's almost like it sort of is camouflage, like blends in with the ceiling. Like you're not supposed to notice it. But it has lit up, and
I
Szitzi is
will-
talking to Killian.
Okay. As Szitzi is talking to Killian, I'm gonna nudge Eidos and be like,
I haven't cast Detect Magic. I just see a ceiling.
Yeah.
do you see a trapdoor?
If I squint my eyes, can I see it? Since she's told me
Like,
that.
what
it's up
is
there.
what does like a person see if they don't have to touch it?
No, it just looks like a ceiling. You cannot really see it. So you see ceiling.
I don't see anything. Do you see a trapdoor?
I think there's something up there that we should investigate, but I don't know if we should wait for Szitzi to leave.
Oh, well, I think we'll have to sneak back in here if we don't ask her, right?
She's sleeping here in the tower, I mean.
Oh, she's got to, right? That's where I always sleep. It's the nicest building.
We should sleep in here.
We should ask her if we can sleep in here. Not in this room, this is disgusting, but somewhere in the tower, for sure. I don't know, you lead the way. If you want to not ask her, I won't say anything. Plus, I don't even know where it is. I'm taking your word on it.
I'm pointing to it right now.
And that's great, yes. Fine workmanship.
Maraway, as you and Tristan are discussing the pros and cons of potentially using a dimensional plane to help these people, he's going over like, well, when we put something of magical and of any kind of real magical power into a dimensional plane, like a bag of holding, you tend to get black hole level events. And so here's the risks and rewards. And so you guys are kind of discussing the potential. And you see Nomi sort of storm through the room, like going up the ramp, following your party from a bit behind, from about 10 minutes after they go up.
I'll be right back. And I'm gonna follow her.
Okay. She comes up, and as Szitzi is sort of walking you guys around this sort of space, the trapdoor that she had closed behind you all like flings open, and a very angry-looking Nomi comes storming into the room with Maraway not far behind her. And she says, "Hello, Miss Yuan-Ti priestess, whoever you are. I have not been introduced to you yet, but my name is Nomaran. I am here with these fine folks who you apparently know already. And I just wanted to introduce myself and ask you what the hell has happened to my village, and maybe get you to explain a little bit about what's been going on here. And with that, let's take a very quick 10-minute break."
She just said the thing.
Good for her.
You be saying things. Okay, we're going to come back in about 10 minutes, so rejoin us at about 50 on the hour, 9:50, 8:50 Central. We'll be right back. Come see what kind of drama we're getting into. See you in a minute. Welcome back, y'all. Just before we went on break, this party was up in Szitzi's tower, looking at the room where she initially sort of began this Dea's blessing, Dea's curse on the Undying Wood. However, as they were in the middle of that conversation with her, Nomi came bursting into the room, quite hot-headed, and demanded of Szitzi that she explain why their village was destroyed some years ago, and how that happened. So as that's happening, is anybody going to react in any particular way as Szitzi kind of looks around at all of you? Nomi is just eyes on
snap.
Szitzi.
Ooh.
Szitzi
Everyone's
says,
so excited for this drama.
Hello, Nomaran. I fear this is not the best start to a partnership, but you say your village. I'm sorry, is that one that the curse overtook? And Nomi says, well, you tell me, because it would appear this curse keeps everything alive, and I distinctly remember running away as I watched my village burn and my people die and being attacked by your people. And Szitzi's face sort of like falls as Nomi says that. And she looks around at all of you a bit more panicked than you've seen her looking before. She says, I see. Yes, in that case, I do have some explaining to do. Can we continue downstairs and maybe sit? And Nomi says, I'd rather we didn't. I'd rather you just tell me what's happening. And Szitzi looks around at all of you, and she says, I have not always had the sway over my people as I do now, and we used to run things a bit more, you would call it, democratically. And, well, the curse spread every time we moved with the figurine. And we didn't know how to manage that. I told you all that we've tried just simply taking it out of the wood. Well, we were trying that quite frequently back then, and in the interest of not having more people succumb to the undying curse, we would try and drive them away through fear, frankly. And she starts to kind of like look. She will look everywhere but at any of you in the eyes. She will look at everywhere but Nomi. I'm not proud of the things we did then, but not all of my people have been nonviolent for the time that we've been here. And I believe many of them would rather see a village burn than be of us. Nomi says, I was a child. We were children. There were children in that village. A handful of us got away, and more of us who got away on those boats drowned in the bay. And Szitzi sort of takes that in.
Did your people follow them through the forest? Trying to drive them out, Szitzi?
My people followed me. I tried to take the figurine and leave. And I was trying to leave by the bay to throw it out into the ocean. By then we knew that wherever the figurine went, the curse went, and I didn't know that there was a village there, but my people beat me there before I got there with the curse, and at times I've thought, thank the goddess, that they did, but obviously that was not correct. Nomi says, 2 of us survived. 2 of us, my brother and me.
And
Szitzi just stares at her.
you chose to doom a whole population of people rather than...
I did not choose it. I did not know that that was what was happening, and even if I did, I don't know that I could have prevented it. I've thought of ways before. It is not a practice that my people use anymore. But then we haven't tried to move the figurine because there is no winning. I'm sorry for what they did to your village, and I don't know what else I can say.
Nomi, how long ago was your village attacked? Was it 17 years or so, or?
We're quite old, my brother and I. I'm 116 years old, and before our 24th birthday, the village fell.
Do I know if that's a normal age for furbolgs?
You do, yeah. They're quite long-lived, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have very long lifespans. And these two are still at 116. That's quite young for a furbolg. And Nomi has angry tears streaming down her face. She says, "Did you hold your people accountable for my village, for other villages if there were others? So many people died trying to escape that attack." And Szitzi says, "There were banishments from our village, but we have only barely survived ourselves, and what do you do? To blood for blood? That's not possible here." Nomi says, "Blood for blood, blood for blood. You're going to send..." Sorry. You are going to send your people with me and my brother, and we are going to go bury the dead bodies that have not been reached before. Do you understand me?" And Szitzi says, "Yes, and it should have been done long ago, and I am sorry." Nomi says, "I do not accept that. But we leave in 2 days to go bury those bodies. And you will send people to protect us as we do." Szitzi says, We will. We owe you that much." Nomi looks at you all and says, "You're working with her, huh? You haven't bothered telling me and Benji why you came here, what you know." Looks at Maraway.
I think at this point, Maraway's eyes are just staring directly at Eidos and Killian.
Well, Eidos, I feel like I'm gonna have to diffuse the situation here.
By all means, it's always been a need to know basis, and sounds like they need to know.
Killian will go ahead and kind of explain, leaving out the part where we kind of unlock the door for Orin to get out, but the rest of it, the searching for these artifacts and things like that of the unwelcome ones, and we heard that one was here in this area, and we discovered that in fact it is here, and we're currently finding a way to deal with this curse, and to deal with the item itself, whether it's destroy it or break the curse or banish it. We're just trying to find the means to do that. And you could understand why we wanted to keep a lot of this information to ourselves. We didn't want to put anyone else at risk who might know about these objects. By no means
playing dangerous games with the gods.
That we know all too well.
She looks at Szitzi again. It is not your fault that this curse exists, that item was sent here by Dea. But you have a choice to make for you and your people, if you claim to be their leader. If you're going to follow Dea, or if you're going to risk it with the rest of us, mere mortals, and do what's right for this world. That's all I'm going to say about that. But you owe me, and you owe my kin. So 2 days, and you're sending a troop with us to go into those woods and go to my village and bury my family. And Szitzi just quietly looks down at her shoes. Nomi looks at you all. Wish you had told us all of this before we got here. But thank you for telling me now. I understand this is heavy business you speak of, so I'll let you tell Benji before I do. But, and I don't speak for him, I speak for myself. If these people, this place, this is all some machination of the gods and some messed up person out there trying to mess with the balance of things, well, I ain't got much more to live for but to get vengeance for that. So if you need an ally, you've got it in me. And I bet my bottom you've probably got it in my brother if you tell him the God's honest truth.
That's only fair.
I will keep your confidence, if it needs to be said. But watch yourself working with these snakes. Szitzi sort of flinches at what is ostensibly a bit of a slur. Nomi says, I'll see you all back at camp. She walks out, sort of wiping her eyes.
Szitzi, would it be okay if me and my compatriots here just have a moment to discuss things in private?
That's fair. Yes. I'll be down on the 3rd floor lab again if you need me. And she doesn't look at any of you as she walks down and closes the trapdoor behind her.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, is Marway? Were you like at the bottom of the stairs while all this was happening? You're just looking up while this whole argument's going on?
I was like right behind her.
Okay, so you're in the room with us, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead, Eidos.
Eidos will immediately drop to one knee in front of Serafina and do one of those like handheld things so you can take a step up. I don't know how much time we have.
What are you guys doing?
Open up the whatever door you see, because I can't see anything.
What are you
Is this where it
talking
is?
about?
I'm not going to explain. Serafina will.
There's no time.
She'll take a step on Enos's hand. Sorry for the heel. And try to test the trapdoor above her.
Okay. It has some wards that you can't even, like, it's almost like an invisible shield just before your hand would hit the door itself. But it looks exactly to you, being able to see sort of its outline with your detect magic earlier. It had the exact same look and shape and build as all the other doors in this tower that all the trapdoors leading from one level to the other. But it seems to have some pretty intense and well-maintained wards and magical shields, and you feel like compelled not to even like want to touch it once you get up close. It's pretty well protected magically with all those different schools of magic you looked at. So you would need some pretty good like dispel magics and different things, a little bit of time.
Eidos, do you have any dispel magics we can use? There's some pretty disgusting wards on here.
Just have stuff to make magic. I don't think I have anything like that.
Would I have heard that?
Like these two's conversation? Yeah, are you two being sneaky?
No, we're just
No, I
talking.
mean, now that
Are your
Szitzi's
friends?
gone.
Yeah.
You literally just
so
gave
Marwa,
her
you're
a
right there with
boost.
them. You're watching it.
I'll use
Sneaky
the spell
boost.
magic.
Okay, what level would you like to cast that at?
3rd.
Okay, that will Seraphine, you can feel that dispel magic that Marway casts take off quite a few of the wards around it. You're able to actually put your hand on the door itself, but it is trapped, and you immediately take 3 points of fire damage to your hand as you touch it. You guys see like a big spark go at her, so it didn't quite dispel everything protecting it.
Okay.
Seraphine, can we see it now? Is it like visible?
It is now visible. Yeah, you all see a lot of the illusion magic sort of fade away from it.
All right. So obviously there's still some magical effects there. Let me try something, and Killian will take out the chain of Shatter Fate and swing it around and like swing it at the door or the trap door, and he'll use the Fate Breaker Strike against it, which will also dispel any magical effect on it.
Okay, very nicely done. Killian chain whips the bottom of this of this door, and sure enough, Seraphine, do you go and try and touch it again?
Okay, I'll try one more time.
Yeah, now it is just locked. It has a keyhole,
Ooh.
and it's just very simply locked. You can touch it, it seems, and your detect magic isn't picking up anything else warding it.
Okay, so who's gonna unlock the door?
How thick is that lock?
The door itself is pretty thick, solid wood, but the lock is pretty simple iron lock, but it looks like it's probably like a deadbolt kind of situation, because it does have, quite a bit of weight on it from the building.
Would it, like, can Killian like see it up close? Can he determine if it's like a pickable lock?
It looks like a pretty typical lock. Yeah, it's quite old, a little bit rusted from just the dampness in here. But it certainly isn't the first line of defense on the door, and is not the most defensible thing that it had protecting it.
Okay.
So
you're welcome to try.
Bula's gonna step up and just kind of like shoulder Killian kind of out of the way, and she's gonna point her ring of the ram at the locked door.
Nice.
And expend a charge.
We threw stealth out the window so fast.
Right? Listen. So I can use one of the charges to break an object I can see within 60 feet that isn't being worn or carried. So it says it makes a strength check with a +5 bonus for each charge.
I love you guys using all your homebrew magic items. Fantastic.
So are you just like standing under it, going like this, and about to
Felt
fire
them.
me at it?
This is like Green Lantern's action going on right here.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like a Mario jump. Ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding.
All right. So it says that
I think it's just going to be an attack roll
Okay.
against its just kind of base armor class.
Okay. And then so just my roll +5.
Mhm. Yep.
17.
That will beat the 15 DC. The lock itself doesn't have to smash the iron lock, because that very thick wood just buckles. You see the whole thing go poof, poof, and you now have a pretty broken in trapdoor. It's kind of like fallen back down and it's sagging there, but you could now pull those woods apart. And it's quite loud, that bang, so you can hope that no one heard it.
Killian will just like
Szitzi had made it down far enough.
Killian will put like the thieves' tools he had in his hand away. So, oh, okay.
She just
I mean, at this point, we know they're. At this point, we know they're hunting people down and kicking them out of their places and murdering people. So, do we really care if they heard?
And she just looks at Killian. She's like, She just gestures like gives you a good Vanna White go in there, like, here you go.
You know, you got the results. So, so is there like an open like is it open now, like accessible up there?
The door, like, it seems like the cross beams of the wood trap door, like, broke the beams that were running laterally on it, so it went boom, and now it's just, like, hanging barely on by, like, the hinges on one side and the, like, locked deadbolt on the other, but you could just, like, pull them down and open at this point.
Yeah. How high is the roof as well from where we're standing?
It's like an 8-foot tall ceiling. It's not, like, especially impressively tall.
Okay.
Okay. Seraphina's gonna have her unseen servant clear the way so she can climb up.
Sure, yeah. Okay, your unseen servant will
Before we
carefully kind of
climb
pull them
up-
down and move them out of the way.
Yeah.
It's quite dark
Could
up
we
there.
have Eden go up there so I can see what's up there before we start climbing up in there?
No, that ruins all my fun. Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah, so your unseen servant clears the door stuff out of the way, sets it off to the side. And Eden zooms up there. It's quite a dark room. Does Eden have dark vision?
60 feet dark vision.
Okay. All of the glass windows have been boarded over up here. It's a room much like the one you're currently in, only the haze of the enchantment magic of the curse is much thicker even than the room you're currently in. Almost to the point where it's hard to see more than a couple inches in front of Eden's face. Go ahead and roll an investigation check as Eden sort of sweeps around the room looking for something.
Maybe a 12.
Okay. As Eden is sort of, forgive my language, serpentine across the room, trying to cover as much space. Again, it's like not a furnished room. Quite dusty. Eventually, there's a few bodies of Yuan-Ti sort of laying there, breathing very, like, shallowly and, like, barely, like, a breath a minute kind of thing. And then you find sort of Eden finds the ramp up to the next level up in the tower. And at the bottom of that ramp is just another Yuan-Ti man, also laying there, very injured, very close to death, but not quite dead. All of these bodies are wearing various armors that also looks very old, like it's almost like rusted on them as they've worn it.
I'm gonna convey that to everyone.
Oh, suppose this is where the warriors went. Seeing how there wasn't really any in the city. But, no use hanging out down here. Let's head on up there.
Maybe they have some information as to what went on that day. Hop up.
Bula, throw me up there.
She just
Trust me.
kind of goes to lift you.
It's like drop a rope down just so everyone can get up easily.
Sure. Yeah. You all make it up into this room, and it's quite hard to see, but with Marway and Eden's guidance, you can kind of pick your way amongst to where the bodies are. There's like 5 or 6 in this room that you're able to find. All with various stab wounds, it appears.
Killian will go kind of like lean down to one, check him over, and see that they're breathing rather slowly. So they are technically still alive. And they'll just say, "Who trapped you up here?"
There's response. They're laying there, eyes closed, brink of death, unconscious.
I don't think we're gonna get any answers from these ones here.
Maybe there are more further up.
Roll a medicine check. Anybody who's sort of getting close to examining bodies.
Sure.
19.
The CX.
Yeah, mine's a 7.
Marway, you find 4 of them are full dead. Not breathing at all. No heartbeat, even after waiting a few minutes.
You don't think this thing is like sucking them dry, do ya?
The curse?
Where are these knife wounds placed?
The little idol.
I think maybe there was
Stab wounds.
a big fight here right as the curse was set upon them. And so now they're stuck in this forever state of death. Or of dying, rather.
Yeah, Marway, the wounds of the dead bodies, the ones that are full dead, one of them has like what looks to be like a broken off spear stuck like up under the ribs, like that had been slid in under like underneath the armor plate, the chest armor plate. Another one had its like the almost like the jugular, the side of the throat was slit by like a large, maybe like a sword. And then 2 others have similar like head or temple wounds.
Okay. Well, that answers my question. I was wondering if they had all been like sacrificed or some shit, but
No, they very much look like battle wounds.
Serafina, recalling her time with, oh my gosh, what's his name? Is it Xander? Zareth? Zareth?
Your dead boyfriend, whose name you can never remember.
I know my boyfriend's name. Hey, Killian did remember Amelia earlier.
And she's still alive.
This isn't about me, okay?
Fallen, but sometimes forgotten.
Serafina learned how to cast Speak Without Dead at will. And she will choose one of these guys and cast on them.
Okay. Love that you had that prepared. Nice. Okay. The body sits up with a lung collapsed, obviously, like kind of wheeze. Waits for your question.
Okay. She's gonna like earmuff the guy. She's like, what should I ask him? We have 5 questions. He has earmuffs.
Who killed you?
Okay. Who killed you?
Soldiers of Dion.
Okay, earmuffs.
What should we ask this guy? I was not expecting this.
What were you fighting over?
that's a very vague question. We should probably be extremely specific.
Why did they kill you?
Oh man, what happens if he just says because they were fighting?
Maybe ask
They were
like
fighting about.
maybe just say like when were you killed? I don't know if that's a good question.
What
1,642 years ago.
death?
Well, I'm just yeah. If it was before that, maybe they were trapped here by someone after that happened or something.
Yeah, we could ask why you're there in the tower, but then it's because that's where the battle was. Just say why were you fighting?
Okay, we can
That's
ask
what
why
I
they're
said.
okay.
Is that what
Why
you
they
said?
were fighting, and then maybe because did they die in here? Maybe they were dragged here. We can ask that later.
Maybe ask like after were you killed in the tower?
Okay. All right. Earmuffs off. Why were you fighting?
Protecting the courtesan.
After hearing that, can I summon Siege to watch the trap doorway that we came in just so someone doesn't sneak up behind us?
Yep, absolutely.
I
Well-
feel like they died in here.
Maybe ask what's further up the tower.
We could just find that out ourselves. So
I mean, do you
we
wanna?
we have more dead guys, and we still have more.
We got 20
Speak with
questions here,
dead?
guys. There's 4
Okay.
dead bodies. There's 20 questions.
We can ask. All right, should I ask what's upstairs?
Sure.
What's upstairs further?
The courtesan is upstairs with the
Ooh.
figurine.
We need that.
Yeah.
I feel I need to remind you all that the dead body only knows what it knew when it died, just so you know.
Yeah.
It hasn't watched anybody walk through the room since the day it did.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want you to keep that in mind. But go on, earmuffs.
Right.
Should we ask him if he knew what would happen when the courtesan activated the figurine?
Okay,
Yeah, I guess
is
that's
this number
question.
3? Is this our
That's-
third question?
Is that 4?
This is
Yeah.
for.
This is- This is coming
Okay.
up for.
Okay, this is upcoming is 4. The question is, did the courtesan know what would happen if the figurine was activated?
Is that what everyone's happy with? The wording?
Yeah.
Okay. Did the courtesan know what would happen when the figurine was activated?
I don't know what Dia told her.
So that tells us probably that they were being truthful, that the general population did not know what would happen. But that still doesn't tell us if she knew.
Wait, what was he protecting the courtesan from?
Probably
The
all
armies
the
of Dion.
the armies.
Oh,
So I guess the armies of Dion were trying to come and stop this.
I
ritual.
see.
Or there was a war, remember? Because the Dionic were like slaying all the followers of the Unwelcome One.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Purging
kind
the
of
lands.
how everything essentially started with the wars.
Okay.
All right, you guys figure this out. Keelan's gonna start heading upstairs.
Anything else?
I mean, they're at war. They're fighting. Doing the job. You got stabbed. What else is there?
Do any of these bodies look to be in different armor or not be Yuan-Ti? Like, would there be any of the Dionic army bodies here?
Not that you can find, no. However, do an investigation check. Anybody who's looking for that particular question. If Marway voiced that question aloud.
Nope. That's a natural one.
Ooh.
$13.
Keelan's heading upstairs though.
But it helped us look around.
If you
Did-
don't ask that guy a 5th question, will he just like?
Yeah, we gotta ask him a fifth. Yeah, we
Stay-
gotta ask
stay
him a
like
fifth
forever.
question. We just ask his favorite color or something.
Was 13 the highest on that roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Bula, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I had a 16.
Bula, you had a 16.
Oh.
Okay. Marway, you and Bula both are able to find many places in this room, like almost a dozen spots in this room where there's blood, where there's disturbance, like scratches or like nicks in the wood floor, places where it looks like someone could have died, like large amounts of blood, where there are no bodies, living or dead.
Should we ask if he knows where they are? Where are the dead soldiers from the other
Dion.
team of
Their
Dion?
team.
The other team, the other guys.
We killed them in this room. And then it falls and dies.
It happened after he died. Eidos will catch up to Killian.
Sure. And
Can you check
where the
Seraphina?
room beneath you, it seemed that like the ramp had been like removed from the room altogether, sort of discouraging continuing up. This ramp is still there, so you can climb up. And again, this is another locked, but it is not. It doesn't seem to be magically trapped. You can approach the door, and you don't feel any kind of magical anything happening here. But it is another locked trapdoor at the top of the ramp.
Can I get
All the way
clarification
in
on
the back. Go ahead.
the door that we came up? It is still there. It's just busted. Yes.
Seraphina had her unseen servant like clear the door away, so that door is like broken and pulled
Oh.
down onto the floor in the level below. But you've closed the door to the room that you were in with Szitzi, the room right below that. You had closed that trapdoor, so at least that's a closed door between you and the rest of the tower beneath.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna amend it so it might be a little bit harder because then it would be locked again. But
You could feasibly take
If
the
it's
time
on
to
the
do
ramp.
that. That would take a couple minutes, especially with the help of you could have Siege help pop the doors back up and
Okay.
mend like the hinge and things like that.
yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna leave Siege at this door. And I want to be specific that he is there to guard our way and not allow anyone to come past.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, it takes you a few minutes to mend the door, but you were able to do that and set Siege there to guard. To German Shepherd you.
Before Bula comes in with her Ring of the Ram, Gillen's gonna try and he sees the lock there. He'll try to pick it.
Okay, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
And I'll cast guidance on myself because Marway's busy.
From back behind everybody standing on the ramp, she's just like, do you need help? Like, do you need something opened?
Let me try
Open
this.
it.
Let me try this first. Let me try it first. Oh, natural 20. I got it.
Ooh,
28.
Ooh.
nice.
Very nice. Yeah, you're able to easily pick that lock and open it up.
I got it, Bula. We're okay. Don't destroy anything.
That was anticlimactic.
You climb up, and anybody who else is going up with him right after him after he opens that door.
There's Eidos.
Seraphina will follow.
Okay. In this room, even thicker haze. Can't see your hand in front of your face of magical aura. Do you make your way just kind of blindly trying to feel your way around the room? It is very hard to see in here.
Try to cast. What's it called? Dancing lights. Try to light the way.
Okay. You are able to, that kind of helps you just see like where the light stops and reflects off of objects in the room. So you're feeling your way around this room, and it is covered, like you have to like almost like face up against floor, up against wall, up against bureau, but it is covered in these like almost burned in like celestial glyphs and patterns and words and phrases all around the room on every surface, almost like an explosion of burned text, burned celestial text just burst out from the center of this room onto every surface.
Getting close up to like the walls and stuff, can Killian decipher that it's like celestial text?
Yep, and it's not coded or anything. It is, a lot of it is like words, enchantments, incantations. You read a lot of it over and over again is never may her people fall, forever may they stay beautiful, forever may they ward this land, forever may they stay beautiful, forever may they desire Dea, forever may they desire each other, forever may they hold desire, over and over again. Lots of, and you would know this all as very Dea goddess phrasing.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of repeat those phrases that I'm able to read to the people that are behind me. Seems
Well,
like...
Be careful reading that. Maybe, what if that was the incantation? Do you think maybe that's a possibility?
Maybe.
'Cause
Let me try it.
Well, I only ask because if it is, then Szitzi?
Szitzi?
Szitzi.
Szitzi.
It's the accent is so
Szitzi.
thick. I can't understand. I'm trying, but it
The
means that
first two letters are S and Z, so I get it.
Yeah.
It means that she's lying to us. She said that Dea spoke through her and that she didn't know the incantation. But if what's on the walls here is the incantation, that would have been a lie. But I suppose we don't know.
Well, she also said that she cast the spell in the rooms below us, right?
Seemed like she was insinuating that.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't taking us up any further, that's for sure.
Just for fun, Killian's going to activate his divine sense. So just a bunch of divine magic runs through his eye as he'll close his regular eye and just kind of look around this area, just to see if, even if it's hallowed, or I think I can tell if it's hallowed or consecrated. I think. Wait. Yes. Consecrated or desecrated. That's the word.
Yeah, the room is very celestially consecrated. It is a hallowed space, technically. And with your divine sense, you're able to see quite a bit more clearly through the haze, and you can see across the room, sort of in a spot where you hadn't really looked yet. There is what appears to be a stone sort of bed, altar, plinth sort of setup, and there is a Yuan-Ti man laying there, unconscious, wheezing, but who himself is also consecrated.
Is he in armor like the ones a floor down?
He is, but it is nicer armor. Slightly better.
And
his skin and the armor, you can see Killian has the same sort of celestial burned in words and phrases that sort of just continue up the stone across his body and onto the rest of the stone.
So from kind of what Killian's seeing, it almost looks like is there an epicenter of this, and then everything looks as though it kind of spread out from it and plastered the walls essentially?
Yeah, the epicenter is the center of the room, and this is the only room in the tower you've seen that had no sort of central pillar with the ramp going up the middle. This appears to be the top of the tower. There is no central pillar in this room, so you can be in the center of the room, and that is the epicenter of all this text that explodes out from it and just is in a continuous spiral all around the room.
Okay.
While the body is not the epicenter. The body is sort of off to one of the sides, furthest from the entrance.
Okay. Killian, probably the only person that can kind of decipher and see through this area, given how thick the fog is. He'll just kind of yell out, "There's another Yuan-Ti body here," and he'll kind of start walking towards it. And essentially, I want to try and drag it out of this area so everyone can see.
Do I still have concentration on Siege?
Yes, you do. He doesn't hear anything in particular.
I'm just trying to make sure he wasn't, like, defeated, because I can't see through his eyes, and I want to know if someone's coming up behind us.
You can feel that he's still down there.
So yeah, as Killian tries to like drag the body out, essentially I'm trying to get him to the doorway, and I'll just kind of, as I'm dragging, I'll just yell, make way, I'm coming through, coming to the doorway. You can't see me because it's very foggy in here, but make some space.
Okay, you can do so. You take it and you can drag it down the ramp down to the room below, or you could even take it one more room down to really get out of the fog.
I don't think I want to go down there just yet. We'll just bring him to where we talk to the dead guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
and in that room you can all gather around and see the body more clearly.
And this one's still alive, technically.
Yeah. It looks as bad as the ones like on death's doorstep. Should not be alive with the wounds he has. Or would not have survived long without the curse.
You said the armor was different. Is it like higher? You said nicer. Can we tell which team he's from?
He is wearing like Dea armor.
Okay.
With like her sigil really big across the front.
Before we get too far away from the top room, Eidos would like to look around the altar, and, like on it and around it, to make sure that there wasn't anything else on there with him.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay. Plus nothing. 9.
It's clean. Besides the text that you can see around everything else on the room, it's a clean stone altar.
Okay.
So this person is alive still.
Mm-hmm. Down here in this room, you can see he's quite young, probably handsome. Young, like, comparatively, like, your age, give or take.
And Killian will just kind of, like, tap, give him a little shake, sternal rub, to see if he has any kind of response, and just sees if he'll respond to, like, any questions, like, are you awake? What's your name? Can you tell me your name?
It's out cold, fully unconscious. You can feel like when you do that sternal rub, like he's got a broken collarbone, he's got a puncture wound here, a puncture wound up under his ribs. He's got like a slash across one cheek. Part of his skull is like very smashed.
Oh.
Can we ask one of the dead guys who he is?
Wouldn't hurt.
Alright, I'm gonna find another dead guy.
Do you know this guy that's on the other team?
Killian will hold up this
No,
this one like a puppet.
He's on our team. He's on Dea's team.
Yeah.
Team Dea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Team
he's wearing the
Dea,
same. He's wearing the same like type of armor as the other Yuan-Ti.
Same colors.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of questions do you want to ask the next body?
Okay.
You
I'm
rouse?
gonna wake up the next guy. I'm gonna ask him, who's that guy? We found him upstairs on the altar.
I'm holding his head up so you can see.
The body looks and says, "That is Atsa, son of Yitsa."
Ask if he's important. Is he an important
Is he
figure?
important?
He is beloved of the courtesan.
Why was he on the altar?
What altar?
Oh, okay.
That guy never went
Should
upstairs
we
and saw
ask?
that.
Ask is of Dion, did he lead this attack himself? Like, well, I think we could probably come to that assumption that he led an attack against his lover, yes?
Like, you want to ask, did he
Because if
attack
he's
her?
Dionic and brought...
He's not Dionic.
No,
Dea.
he's-
They're all
Dea
wearing
is
the same
armor.
colors.
Yeah.
It's not
th-
Dea's armor.
Dea,
Sorry.
just kidding.
That's confusing.
Today.
yeah.
All the bodies of any Dionic soldiers that would have fallen here have been drug out.
They're
Tower.
gone, yeah.
You only
Yeah,
see
no, I thought
Yuan-Ti here,
she said
you only
Dea, or
see Dion.
I
Too
thought
many
you said
Ds.
Dion. That's why I was.
Too many Ds,
that he
yeah.
was up there.
Dea and Dion are way
I
too
was like,
close
oh my
together.
god, they have someone from the other side.
Do we know who the courtesan is?
Well,
It's Szitzi, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
ask him.
But did we ever
This is-
find
this is
out,
her
like,
lover.
exactly, or is that just all of our assumption?
Ask him.
Should we ask him? Should we ask him?
What is
Ask him.
the
How many do
name?
we have left? Because this guy's
You have-
special.
You have 3 left.
No, this is not the.
This is not the cute
is a
guy.
random
This is
dead
the
guy.
rando.
Like-
Oh shit! Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Because he's
Just
still
kidding.
alive.
Guy.
He's just
He's
all
alive.
sorts.
Yeah, you
He's
can't
all
use
sorts of
Martina's brain
mangled.
is going crazy.
He's all mangled, but he's alive. So like,
Okay, what's-
do we ask what is like the name of the courtesan?
Yeah, okay.
Is that
Are you guys
specific
ready?
enough?
Okay.
Wait, put your earmuffs back on. Oh, I'm just
Wait,
kidding.
wait,
I, just
wait,
wanted
wait.
You, I just wanted you to do that.
Ah. What is the name of the courtesan?
Szitzi.
Szitzi.
So this is her lover.
Okay.
What are the
So-
odds that
Suspicions confirmed.
So
what's your
either
suspicion?
so when I would surmise thus far, and maybe you'll all come to a different conclusion, the spell was cast through the figurine up in that room. Whether all of these people were there protecting the courtesan and it was like the last ditch effort, right? She was up in the room with her most beloved, and then the spell was cast in a moment of desperation, and the magical shockwaves just. And you mentioned, Kara, that this body has like the symbols almost like blazed into them, right? Like the celestial symbols and stuff.
Yeah.
So clearly this person was caught in the magical backlash that occurred when the spell was cast, because everything up there in that room is consecrated ground. So a divine event most definitely took place up there.
If this is her lover, then perhaps he is the reason the spell was cast in the first place, to stop him from death's door.
Yeah, because why would he be on
That's
the
what I was thinking as well.
altar if it's just an accident?
I think maybe there's a possibility that she isn't telling us the entire truth. That she
We still-
knew she was casting this spell to save her lover. That's it.
That's okay. Do we still have more questions for this guy? Sure, let him go.
Oh, we got 2 more, right? Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. You can just wait.
You just want to earmuff him the whole time?
Yes. Hold that dead person's head just like that. What your ex-boyfriend taught you to do.
It's not my ex-boyfriend. We didn't break up.
Oh,
So I'm
no.
very upset.
He's your boyfriend in hell.
Well, I mean, that still doesn't really tell us how to break the curse or anything like that.
Tells us that maybe Szitzi knows how to break the curse. Perhaps she's more familiar with how it works and doesn't want us to break it, and she holds the information. So we must break her. I'm just kidding. But we have to get the information from her somehow. If she has it. assuming all this is accurate, we still don't know.
I'm not sure what other information might we need, what they might know. I think is probably the trickier thing, because these appear to all just be soldiers. Might not have much information as to what's been going on.
I mean, we could ask why the courtesan is upstairs, but it's probably to be protected.
I can try.
We got 2 more.
Okay.
They knew about the relic also. Except the relic was given before the curse was activated.
Mhm.
It wasn't like delivered upon to them to activate it. They already had it.
So it's part of the question, like, what do they know about it at that time?
Well, we already asked the other one.
Maybe.
Did the courtesan know what would happen if
Yeah, he
if
said
they
he didn't
cast the
know.
spell?
Yeah, they didn't know.
I can ask, like, if what the courtesan was doing upstairs.
May not know if they weren't there, but
What do you know? What did she say she
do
was
you
doing
know?
up there?
Tell us everything you know.
What do you know?
It started when I was 4 years old.
when I emerged from my egg, I assume that's how Yuan-Ti are born.
They do lay eggs, yes.
All right.
I don't know. Mom never told me. She said I wasn't ready.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him. What do you know of what the courtesan is doing upstairs?
She is trying to protect us.
That leads me to believe that she may not have known what the magic was going to do at the time.
Okay.
Which lines up with what she had told us. It was a last-ditch effort.
I feel like she's lied about so much at this point. That, like, why wouldn't she lie to her own people?
Maybe we ask...
That is like a 100% guarantee.
Would we maybe want to potentially ask, like, where did she get the relic? Like, how did they end up with it?
Okay. How did you get the relic?
We helped her take it from the Brood Queen. Is that 5?
Yeah, he just passed out.
The Brood Queen.
Should we get another one to ask about the Brood Queen?
Wake him up. Wake that one up over there.
Next up, let's go. Keep it moving.
This is the rest of our evening.
Yeah, I want to know who this Brood Queen is.
You really want to ask another one?
Well, I'm going to give you
We
guys
have the
time to think it
resources.
through. You guys have the resources, but I want to give you guys time to think through everything you've heard and come up with a plan. So let's pick this up again next week from right where we're leaving off here, so that you guys have time to figure
Can we
out what
get
to ask and of who. Go ahead.
Count of how many bodies we have left. Is it 2 more bodies?
Two
Two
more
more.
bodies, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
that
We have
down.
10 questions.
10 more questions you can ask of the bodies, hoping that they'll know the answers.
literally feels like that scene from the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I expected you to be like, "What's your favorite color?" Just to let one guy.
That's what I was
You
gonna
guys
do.
have gotten a lot of really good information, so that's a lot to unpack. We're gonna take a week and figure it out. So we'll be back here next Monday when these guys have a plan, perhaps, or they'll just wing it like usual. So join us again Monday nights, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, have a great week.
Bye-bye.